Hi guys, Mr. The devil is a liar, devil is a liar. From evening, me I wait on the nights for cool down so I can record my videos. And say it get worse because one carry alarm for multiple minutes now and can't stop. I don't know if I lost them key or what. So I still have to record with the noise in the background and hope so everybody hear me. Alright, so some people are saying that it's first the hearing of idiopathic bowel syndrome. Alright, so here's the thing. In 2015, I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis. I don't know if anyone is aware of that disease or know of it, but it's a type of bowel syndrome, right? And they treated me and I got sick. Yeah, so the medications that they gave me at the time to treat ulcerative colitis, it instead got me sick. So I had severe diarrhea, fever, pain, and I couldn't keep doing anything. Even if I sipped the water, I would go to the bathroom. So then they said that okay, then I don't have ulcerative colitis only. There is something else that's affecting me, which I was already diagnosed with endometriosis already. So they came to the conclusion that I do have some form of bowel disease or syndrome, but the endometriosis also affects it, making it worse than if I only had the one thing. And then I later found out that I had fibromyalgia. Alright guys, so I'm actually laying down now because not feeling great. So alright, basically you have ulcerative colitis and you have Crohn's disease, right? And they said I have ulcerative affect like starting from the left side of your colon going down to your anus, and seeing that I have a lot of rectum pain, rectum spasms, which is a levator ani syndrome. It feels like when you're having contractions when you're about to have a child. That's how it feels. And the pain can range anything from like a 4 to a 10. So in the past I've had stool until there was blood in the stool, but I haven't had that for a while. It would have to be a case where I'm going like consistently for a couple days, or for that day probably like if I reach like my 5th time or my 6th time, then that's when I will feel blood. Sometimes when I want to go or when I have gone to use the toilet, it feels like my colon is hanging down and it is so uncomfortable. There are such limited treatments here for us in Jamaica, especially if you do see a private practitioner, which I don't because I cannot afford it. It's more pricier than going to the hospital. And for now I just have to, so right now I have to take like something for the pain that also constipates me, which is like morphine, and I have to take things for the rectum pain separately, and at this point I actually have adhesions on my bowel, so it's hard for me to do a lot of things, lifting stuff, a simple thing as washing out something like jerking my body causes me pain. I'm going into a taxi and I don't step into the taxi the correct way, I hurt my groin. I come out the taxi, I can barely walk because my groin feels like it's pulled or so. I have issues with that, and it's because of the IBS and the endometriosis, because it can deposit into your groin. So the most important thing is to try to be in a remission so you can actually have a life that is bearable. um I have been rejected a lot by people simply because I cannot go out with them as much as they would want me to, or sometimes any at all, depending on how I'm feeling. I work off how I'm feeling, and sometimes I'm feeling good, and then by being on the road and just moving around, I just start to feel horribly sick, with nausea, wanting to go to the bathroom, dizziness, a lot of pain, some really really strong pain, and a lot of people don't know how to deal with that, right? And it makes them very uncomfortable, so they just reject. I'm going to say this did make university even more harder because I studied so hard. I put in the hours. I was very dedicated to my projects, but um, there were a few exams where I was so sick that I could not finish the exam because the urge to go to the bathroom me and shake, sweat washing, what sweat start wash me because and tears are come out of my eye, and me I try right, but really and truly you can't focus because you just think about saying you need to go to the bathroom, you need to go to the bathroom. Sometimes the invigilator them come to me and ask if I'm okay and if I need something, and they sit to them say, well, I don't feel well, so that's why I'm shaking, and then say okay, them understand, etc. And it is embarrassing. It is very embarrassing, and I spoke about it when I did my interview. Yeah, so I'm sick, mommy, nausea, diarrhea. My study and when I do about the paper, me feel shake. Sometimes when I look down on the paper, I see the eye water them drop on the paper on my right, and the ink get smeared on the exam because my basically I shake. Whole sweater wash me because me I try finish the exam so I can actually hurry up and run to the bathroom. That's what I'm trying to do. She me say, the diarrhea I drive me crazy. One at a time, I could have it no more in one exam, I remember, and I asked the invigilator if I can use the bathroom. Because I say, alright, maybe I can hurry up and let go and come back and finish. Because when I feel it, I come, I probably like, give it for right faster. And the teacher come to me afterwards and say, oh, my managed to get sick during the exam, and I feel explain to him, and then move me to a window. Yeah, so it was really rough, and sometimes persons make some remarks about why am I not formally employed, and I mean it's not really any of their business, but they just need to understand, say I reach a point where I can't even manage the traveling every day, every day, every day. I just cannot manage it. It takes a toll on my body. It takes up a toll on my body. In the night, when I travel and I'm home, I normally get a fever, some part of me swollen, and a lot of other symptoms, and people just don't